Hello everybody and welcome back to TJ's Lego Room, and I am very excited and I hope you are too. This is going to be my first tutorial in the new format. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully you guys like it. I'm excited. So let's get into it, shall we? Sorry for the transitions. They're going to be a little jumpy. Okay, so here we are. As you can see, we have the body of the TIE Fighter. So this is based off of the Solo A Star Wars Story set TIE Fighter, the 75211 from Lego. And what I would suggest to get to this point, you're just going to want to download the instructions and build the pod. A couple of small changes you'll need to make in the instructions are that there were two upside down slopes right here where these 1x1s with studs on the side are, and you're going to want to put these in instead of the slopes, and then you just use cheese wedges when the landing gear is not on, and then when the landing gear is on, you just pop the cheese wedges off and slap on the landing gear. I still do want to find a better way to do that, but you know, timing, other projects, brick slopes coming up here in Utah, so that's what we're looking at. So those are how you do the front ones. You get rid of those front slopes. But on the back, you're going to get rid of a 2x2 underside slope and just use this contraption here. I used a 1x2 brick with studs on the side, and then we just attach the rear landing gear right there. So as far as the landing gear goes, you should be able to see pretty easy how I built those. Just some of these relatively new pieces with the bar on it, modified plates with the bar, and then just some robot arms, some robot hands, some L-shape. I know they've used them as blasters sometimes, but and then discs, and then the back one I did have to use the little T-shape thing right there, T-shape pneumatic hose connector. And then I just threw on this little decorative thing so that it would look, you know, on purpose, right? Anyway, so you're going to get to this point and replace those parts. Hopefully you've replaced them as you build. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight. I'm not going to stop and let you do that. You'll have to pause the video yourself, okay? So once you get to this point, this side is already done. And so what you're going to want to see is this right here. This is going to be the position you'll want everything in. Originally, you're going to have these two pieces right here, this Technic brick and with holes in it, and then a Technic brick with a pin. And you're going to actually remove those and replace it with a 1x6 Technic brick, and it's just going to end right here where that black one is right there. Okay. Once you get to that point, all right, let's see if I can actually remember how to do this right. I'm sure I can. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Woo! I hope. All right, here we go. So we get a 2x6 plate, and we don't put that on yet because I'm being silly. Instead of these upper and downer brackets that you have here, we're actually going to use just upper brackets. And I'm just using black ones right now because that's what I have available and it's easy to find. Then we're going to put on our 2x6 plate. And then it is supported by this 2x3 upside down slope right there, inverted slope. And then we actually, up on the top, we still have to fill in that space. So we're going to just use a couple of these transparent red 1x2 plates. So there we go. We got to that point. Now this is where it might be a little hard to get some pieces. I actually ordered a bunch of these pieces a while back. These what are they? 1x1 by 1 2/3 bricks with studs on the side. They've been showing up in a lot more sets lately, and I happened to come across a bunch of them in my Lego travels, and so that's what I ended up using right there. Then we're going to use an upper bracket, an upper double upper bracket right there. We get another 1x2 plate as a spacer, and then we just use two 1x1 bricks with studs on the sides, and that gives us a nice place that we can attach things to. Now if you look, maybe you can zoom in, or I would get closer, but I'm having issues with focus. So if you look right here, you can see that these studs are not lined up, and that's okay. That's actually what we want, and I'll show you why in just a second. Why don't I show you here right now? So on the end here, we want this to attach to the wings, and we need that to be flush with everything. So we are actually going to put these other two upper brackets right here next to it, and you can see that all of those line up just right. And that's why we had to bring those in a little bit and not use the same technique here. And then for strength, we needed the Technic brick. So there's going to be a little bit of a step here, but once we get the finished product, you'll see it's actually not that big of a deal. We're going to take these 1x4 modified tiles that are flat in the middle, and we're just going to use those to help kind of smooth it out. I'm not sure if the original set had these or if I added those after. I apologize if that's an addition of my own, but I think it worked out pretty good. I think they look all right. So you're going to do that on the front and the back. And the nice part is a lot of these specialty pieces you actually get in the set. So these actually are the original pieces for the set. So it's not going to be such a big deal to take care of that. Now, next we're going to use a couple of 1x2 plates here. We're going to use the light gray because these are going to be a lot more visible after the fact. We're going to slap those on there. You can see that it's still pretty wiggly here. It's not super sturdy. But we're gonna remedy part of that problem here right now. So then we get some of these specialty pieces. I'm not really sure what these. I think these are still called wedges in Bricklink and stuff. I think they're still wedges. I have a bunch of them. I have a whole bin that I'd hardly ever touch, so that's why I ended up using them. So we build that up. Oh, actually, we're not going to build up the top yet. We'll just finish these sides off, and then I use a couple of double cheese wedges, and that gives us to our magical ratio so that everything lines up and it's a little bit little angled outward. Gives it a nice little sloped look right there, which is what we wanted to go for. Next, we're going to work on the top. I'm not sure how much of this has changed and how much of it is original, but we're going to give it a try. So I think we use two 2x4 plates here, and that's going to go across, and that plate right there is going to help us solidify it a little bit going in towards the edge. We're going to use a transparent 1x2 plate there because I did that on the other side apparently, and that's what I decided to do. If you think I'm a little unprofessional, it's because, hey, I'm just a dude in his Lego room just playing around, so you get what you get. All right, on the underside here, we use another trans red 1x2, and then the underside upside down slopes that have the studs on the top there. I really like these pieces. They're nice finishing pieces. So you can see we've got somewhat of a semblance of a TIE Fighter connector right there, and it's looking pretty good. The rest of it, I believe, is just cosmetic, so we can just kind of throw these together. We've got an ingot piece there, a couple of jumper plates for this grill piece that we're going to throw on here. Pat that on there, and then we've got a couple of these specialty new slopes that are flat on top that are kind of little smooth connectors that actually work really well if you can get them on there right. For sure. Okay, let's see, how does that look? Does that look equal and even? I think it does. I think that's done. And so those are the modifications. You'll need to do that on both sides. I did have this side already done just to try to speed up the process. I only have so much time to work on each one of these, so hopefully that works out for you. What I think I might do here is split the video. We're about 10 minutes in to my camera recording, and that's about half of what it can handle. I think the rest of the wings are going to take a little bit more, so if you can just tune in to the next video, we'll go over the rest of it, and we should be good to go. Before I go, I am going to go ahead and throw these this landing gear on and kind of show you what it looks like when it's completed. Oh, the landing gear doesn't have a right or left side, but I have a particular side I prefer, since one side kind of shoots the landing gear forward and the other one kind of shoots it back a little bit. I like the forward look a little bit better. Boom. So there we go. We got our little walking TIE fighter pod. Hello. Alrighty. Okay, we'll catch you guys in the next video for the wings, which I'm pretty sure most of you will probably just want to get into first anyway. But now you know how to put that bracket together that will attach to the wings in the next video. So we'll see you then in TJ's Lego room. Bye.